Hello everyone. So as of now 7 a.m. is happening here, and what I am doing is on daily basis I wake up at 7:30 and I take 20 minutes to rest and all. Then after at 7 or sometimes 7:15 I set for recording my audio, and then it takes around half an hour. Like last day I take 10 minutes, like less than 10 minutes something. So on daily basis, on the morning, I record myself. I will going to continue this till this whole December because from the upcoming January 1, I have I want to see my progress, like how much I had increased in speaking, and I increased myself. I has increased myself in speaking and reading sentences without any errors and all. Because the pronunciation I'm making, the way I am telling with the voice, with the pitch. So voice modulation, how I can do. So I will also figure this out lately, but instead of going ahead, I firstly I'm focusing only on like reading the sentence in a without any error. Because as you can see in my this three video I had uploaded, I am reading sentences, the reading the books and affirmations, like so many errors in the line. Uh, like in each and every line, I had made a lot of errors because what usually I do, I speak so fast sometimes, and the if you are listening, you won't able to understand what I am speaking, and sometimes the words get um, in my mouth only, so it's not come out and not able to properly pronounce. So I want to make everything so easy, and I want everything to be uh, more benefit and more easy for me to speak. So okay, so today I'm going to read the AWS Solution Architect interview questions because as I'm going to give the exam Solution Architect and I want to prepare myself. So I had worked on the AWS services. Like AWS is a cloud provider which helps in growing your company, your server, your infrastructure in on a cloud. So what they do, they provide you the server, storage, internet gateway, and your own network on the cloud. So just to have to pay on your daily basis. Pay as you go. So how much you are using, that much amount you have to pay. So it also offers you scalability and elasticity. Suppose you want to purchase, like suppose you want to purchase some 16 GB of RAM and your 500 GB disk. So you can increase your RAM and decrease your RAM. This type of elasticity they provide. So it totally depends on your requirement. They offer you the things, and I will highly recommend you can uh, work on your cloud area because cloud is all about how you are deploying, like how you are using the cloud thing, how things goes. And if you comes into the DevOps section, it is like how you are deploying your application on that server, how you are using the Kubernetes and all. So these all comes into the DevOps. DevOps is Dev plus operations. So how you are operating the things, developing the things, and hiding both at a single time using some pipelines, some jumping tools, this all. So today I'm going to read this because I'm working on AWS and I had a couple of experience in this. So I will have to give this exam. So I'm, I'm preparing myself to give after 7 days or might be a day. So the whole week I am going to read about AWS Cloud personality questions and their major question, their some exam, some sites are also there which help us to prepare. So from there too, I will record and upload. So let me go ahead with the AWS Solution Architect jobs interview question on from the Simplilearn site. So what do AWS Solution Architects do? Cloud computing is so before going ahead, firstly into let me tell you what is cloud computing. Cloud computing is quickly becoming the norm among enterprises that want more flexibility, greater efficiency, lower cost, and improved disaster recovery. To name only a few of benefits, cloud computing providers are there to make the migration happen, leading to stiff competition in the cloud computing space. As typically happens in a rapidly expanding market, high demand, several leaders chose to be prominent to it. AWS, Microsoft, and Google are these three market leaders. AWS is by far the dominant provider with 40% of the market share and $14 billion in year revenue predicted for 2017. It's not only good news for Amazon bottom line, but also good news for you if you are moving into the field as a AWS Solution Architect Associate. According to Glassdoor, the national average salary for an AWS Solution Architect is 121 $189 in the United States. So this much of amount they are going to pay if you are a solution architect in US per month, per year. If that's the career you are move you are making and you are preparing for a solution architect job interview, the information below will help you prepare. Chances are you are not only one who is after that AWS job. So make sure you are the best prepared both in your AWS training and certification and in your interview. Be ready to share your understanding of key concepts as well as latest trends and best practices for working for the AWS architecture. With some frequently asked AWS Solutions Architect interview questions. What do AWS Solution Architect do? AWS Solution Architects are responsible for designing and managing applications on the AWS platform. They work with developer and system administrator to ensure that applications are built to scale and perform optimally on the AWS platform. Solution architects also work with customers to help them understand how to best use the AWS platform to meet their business needs. In addition to their technical expertise, solutions architects must also able to efficiently communicate with both technical and non-technical stakeholders. So these things I have to make myself more strong, like how to communicate properly, how to properly say your work, say your goals, uh, or how you are marketing yourself, how you are building an application, how you're deploying the things. So you should have a proper communication skill in you with you, which help you to grow more and more. So I'm currently working on my communication skill, or usually I can say I can working on my soft skill. So I will improve myself, and on the 1st January, let's see how much I am going to dig. So okay, what is basic? So this level covers fundamental concept and skill required to become a solution or certified solution architect. This includes understanding the basic of design patterns, data storage, security, and other topics related to the cloud computing environment. Intermediate. This level covers advanced topic in designing applications for AWS, including understanding how to scale an application across multiple regions or availability zone and how to design for fault tolerance. Advanced. This level covers advanced topics such as designing highly available. Scenario based. AWS solution architects are most sought after professional in the industry. They have to be able to solve complex problems and design scalable solutions for businesses, which is why they need to agile, creative, and have a strong understanding of how all services work together. So moving ahead with question and answer. So the first question, what is EC2? EC2 is short for Elastic Compute Cloud and it provides scalable computing capacity. Using Amazon EC2 eliminates the need to invest in hardware, leading to faster development and deployment of application. You can use Amazon EC2 to launch as many as or few virtual servers as needed, configure security and networking, and manage storage. It can scale up or down to handle changes in requirement, reducing the need to forecast traffic. EC2 provide virtual computing environment called instances. What are some of the security best practices for Amazon EC2? Security best practices for Amazon EC2 include using IAM to control access to AWS resources, restricting access by only allowing trusted hosts or network to access port on an instance, only opening up those permissions you require, and disabling password-based login for instances from your AMI. So here AMI is Amazon missing image. So your machine, like you are using which type of image, Ubuntu, for Ubuntu and your Linux or Windows server. So it totally depends on you. So what image you have purchased or what image you want to use. This type of thing they provide. And yeah, going ahead with the third question. What is Amazon S3? S3 is the short for simple storage service and Amazon S3 is the most supported storage platform available. S3 is object storage that can store and retrieve any amount of data from anywhere. Despite that, despite that versatility, versatility, it is practically unlimited as well as cost effective because it is available on demand. In addition to these benefits, it offers unprecedented level of durability and availability. Amazon S3 helps to manage data for cost optimization, access control, and compliance. Can S3 be used with EC2 instances? And if yes, how? Amazon S3 can be used for instances with root devices backed by local instance storage. That way, developers have access to the same highly scalable, reliable, fast, inexpensive data storage infrastructure that Amazon uses to run its own global network of websites. To execute a system in the Amazon EC2 environment, developers load Amazon AMI and Amazon S3 and then move them between Amazon S3 and Amazon EC2. Amazon EC2 and Amazon S3 are two of the best known web services that make up AWS. What is IAM and how it is used? IAM is a web service for securely controlling access to AWS services. IAM lets you manage users' security credentials such as access key and permission that control which AWS resources user and application can have. What is Amazon VPC and why it is used? A VPC is the best way of connecting to your cloud resources for your own data center. Once you connect your data center to the VPC in which your instances are present, each instance is assigned a private IP and can be accessed from your data center. That way you can access your public cloud resources as if they are on the private network. What is Amazon Route 53? Amazon Route 53 is a scalable and highly available DNS. The name refers to TCP or UDP port 53, where DNS server requested are addressed. What is CloudTrail and how do CloudTrail and Route 53 work together? CloudTrail is a service that captures information about every request sent to Amazon Route 53 API by an AWS account, including request data sent by IAM users. CloudTrail saves log files of these requests off to an Amazon S3 bucket. CloudTrail captures information about all requests. You can use information in CloudTrail log files to determine which request was sent to Amazon Route 53, the IP address that the request was sent from, who sent the request, and when it was sent, and more. When you prefer provisioned IOPS over standard RDS storage. When you use provisioned IOPS when you have batch-oriented workloads. Provisioned IOPS deliver high input-output rate, but it is also expensive. However, batch processing workloads do not require manual intervention. How do Amazon RDS and MongoDB and Redshift differ from each other? Amazon RDS is a database management system for relational databases. It manages patching, upgrading, and data backup automatically. It is a database management system for structured data only. On the other hand, DynamoDB is a NoSQL database service for dealing with Unstructured data. Redshift is data warehouse product in data analysis. What are the benefits of AWS disaster recovery? Businesses use cloud computing in part to enable faster disaster recovery of critical IT systems without the cost of a second physical site. The AWS cloud support many popular disaster recovery architecture ranging from small customer workloads, data centers, data center failures to environment that enable rapid failover at scale. With data center all over the world, AWS provide a set of cloud-based disaster recovery services that enable rapid recovery of your IT infrastructure and data. How do you create an AMI? To create an AMI, you need to have a running instance of Amazon Linux OS and then use the operating system tool for unpacking a pure example like an AMI. You can also use third-party tool like Packer or Terraform to automate the process. What is AWS VPC? Again, they are using the same question. Okay, let me go ahead with another one. What is AWS auto-scaling and load balancer? AWS auto-scaling and load balancer services are tools that can use together to help manage server traffic. This server can help ensure that your website or application can handle sudden increase or decrease in traffic. What is AWS SQS? I mean, a simple SQS is faster and reliable, scalable, fully managed queuing. Is a SNS is a quick and flexible, fully managed push notification service that let you send individual message or a fan out message to large number of participants. SCS is a cost-effective, flexible, and scalable email service that enables developer to send email from within any application. Elastic Beanstalk is easy to use for deploying scaling web application and service developed with Java, .NET, PHP, Node.js, Python, Ruby, Go, and Docker are familiar servers such as Apache Nginx, Passenger, and IAX. What is AWS OpsWork? AWS OpsWork is a cloud orchestration technology. It enables developer and system administrator to manage server deployment and application using the DevOps methodology. OpsWorks automate operation tasks such as software update, instance scaling, and monitoring. It also provides a flexible architecture that enables you to use Ceph, Puppet, and for configuration management. What is AWS SNS? SNS is a fast, just had readiness its topics. What is CloudFront? Amazon CloudFront can become one of the world's most popular delivery networks, CDN, thanks to its ability to accelerate the transmission of static and dynamic web content like .html, .css, and .js5. What are the main difference between horizontal and vertical scales? SNS can scale horizontally to support large number of subscribers and highly deliver high throughput by automatically adding new capacity units as needed. SNS can also scale vertically to support large messages with multiple retries. Explain the advantage of Amazon DR solution. This is a this is also among the most popular AWS interview question asked in the interview. What the following are all the advantage of Amazon DR solution? AWS offer a cost-effective backup, storage, and DR solution, helping companies to reduce their capital expenses, fast setup time, and more efficient productivity gains. AWS allows companies to scale up even during seasonal functional fluctuation. It seems replicates on-premise data to the cloud, ensure quick retrievals of file. What are the different type of load balancer in EC2? There are three load balancer in EC2. Application load balancer. These balancers are designed to make routing decisions at the application layer. Network load balancer. Network load balancer handles millions of requests per second and help make routing decision at the transport layer. Classic load balancer. Classic load balancer is mainly used for application built within the EC2 network, classic network. It offers essential and load balancing at varying Amazon EC2 instance. What is DynamoDB? DynamoDB is NoSQL database. It is flexible, very flexible, performs quite reliable, and can be integrated with AWS. It offers fast and predictable performance with seamless scalability. With the help of DynamoDB, you do not need to worry about hardware provisioning, setup configuration, replication, software patching, or cluster scaling. Again, I had read this CloudFormation. What are the advantages of using AWS CloudFormation? So it reduces the infrastructure deployment time, increase confidence in deployment, replicate complex environment, for example, have complex environment for development, pre-production and production that are the same or almost the same, simply by scaling up resources, reusing the differencing between different products, reduce environment repair time. What is elastic beanstalk? Flexible beanstalk is an event administered by AWS utilizing different AWS applications, for example, EC2, S3, and straightforward warning. What is the geo restriction in CloudFront? Geo restriction, also known as geo blocking, prevent users in a specific geographic location from accessing content you are distributing through a CloudFront web distribution. What is the T2 instance? Instances are designed to provide moderate baseline performance and capability to burst to higher performance as required by workload. What is AWS Lambda? AWS Lambda is computing service that let you run code in AWS cloud without provisioning or managing server. What is serverless application in AWS? Serverless application model extends CloudFormation to provide a simplified way of defining the API gateway APIs, AWS Lambda DynamoDB table needed by the serverless application. What is Amazon Elasticcache? Elasticcache is a web service that makes it easy to deploy, operate, and scale and in-memory data store or cache in the cloud. Explain how the buffer is used in Amazon Cloud Web Service. The buffer makes the system more robust in managing traffic or load by synchronizing different components. Differentiate between stopping and terminating an instance. When an instance is stopped, the model performs a normal shutdown when termination and then transition to the stop state can in the private IPs of EC2 while it is running stopped in our VPC. The private IP The primary private IP cannot be changed. Secondary personal address can be unassigned, assigned or moved between interfaces or instances at any point. Give one instance where we would prefer provisioned IOPS over standard RDS storage. Provisioned IOPS can be preferred over RDS storage when we have batch-oriented workloads. What are the different types of cloud services? Programming as a help, SaaS. Information as a help, DAS. Stage as a help, PaaS. So programming, if you're doing programming, then you are using software as a service. If you have information, then you are using that. And that, I think it's not that, it's mm, yes, infrastructure as a service. And stage means platform you are providing. What is the boot time for instance storage back distance? Store back distance. The boot time for Amazon instance store back AMI is less than 5 minutes. Will you use encryption for S3? Yes, I will. As it proprietary technology, it's always a good idea to consider encryption for sensitive data on S3. What is IAM and how it is used? It is web service used to control access to AWS service securely. IAM allow you to manage users, security credential, and resource permission. What is sharding? Sharding or horizontal parseling is a scale-out technique for resilience and databases. How do you send request to Amazon S3? We can achieve this by using the REST API or AWS SDK wrapper libraries, and these element wrap up the underlying AWS REST S3 REST API. What is DynamoDB? DynamoDB is a wholly overseen restricted NoSQL dataset supporting keywords and report information structures. What is Redshift? Redshift is a petabyte-sized data warehouse. It's serviced by Amazon. It is easy, cost-effective, and scalable, and can be fully configured to analyze your data using the existing business intelligence tool. Which data center are deployed for cloud password computing? In order to provide an overview of which data center is deployed for password computing, it's in first instance to understand the definition of cloud computing. Which AWS service will use to collect and process e-commerce data for near real-time analysis? Amazon DB and Elasticsearch. Already done with SQS. What are the popular DevOps tools? DevOps is a term for set of practices that emphasize the collaboration and communication of software developer and IT professional while automating the process of software delivery and infrastructure changes. What is hybrid cloud architecture? It is a sort of design where the responsibility is passed into equal parts, among which the open burden and other is the nearby stock peeling. It is blend of on-premises, confidential cloud, outsider, and public cloud administration between the two stages. What is configuration management? Design the board is utilized to deal with arrangement of framework and the administration they give through code. What are the features of cloud Amazon Cloud Search? To complete guidance, Boolean ventures, whole text search, fisting, term helping, prefix search. How do you access data on EBS in AWS? Data cannot be accessible on EBS directly from by the graphical interface in AWS. So these are the conclusion here. These AWS services architects interview question have given you insight into the kind of information that might be asked in your next AWS interview question. We also have an article include comprehensive AWS interview question to brush up your AWS knowledge. AWS is multi-phase state cloud computer solution that made up of many web services with numerous benefits. In addition, its changing and evolving solution as AWS continually looking for ways to improve the offering and better serve the companies that use it. Prior to your interview, you might want to brush up on the latest AWS news so that you are keeping up with those innovations. You also might want to ensure that training you have received that adequately prepared you for that AWS job interview. Start your career in cloud computing today with the postgraduate program in cloud computing. Find our AWS, our cloud architecture online bootcamp in top cities. About the author. So he the author, Sardul Prakash Mohite. Sardul head product management at Simplilearn. He has over 10 years of experience in entrepreneurial experience in building products for international market in domains such as videos, video and sport education. Prior to this role, Sardul was a co-founder of SaaS-based video tech startup. He believes in principle thinking and is a lifelong student of human behavior, user experience, and data-driven decision making and lean thinking. Sardul is a computer engineering graduate from Pune University, and he avid reader, enjoy long drives and travel. So thank you, Simply Learn, and thank you, Sardul, for writing this whole set of questions. I got a brief idea of the interview questions. So it's currently 7:27. So thank you, YouTube family, for hearing me. Bye bye.